Joe Biden has landed in Tel Aviv in Israel on his first visit to Middle East as US president, and it seems that all he tries to do is to counter Iran and to some extent Russia. Joe Biden is going to discuss Israel Palestine issue with his Israeli counterpart and also about cooperation with Persian Gulf states, but still Iran is obviously the core issue to be discussed. It appears that Biden's visit to Israel and his subsequent meeting with Persian Gulf Cooperation Council and Arab leaders in Saudi Arabia may likely be a prelude to an escalation against Iran. So as things are getting tense with an unbelievable pace in Middle East and Europe, Biden is going to escalate things more than before. His trip is going to be a catalyst to form the Middle Eastern NATO with Arabs and Israel against Iran, which by the way I said in another episode is not going to happen in short term, as there is a huge gap between Arab countries on the necessity and level of confrontation with Iran. He may also want to address challenges in energy market with Saudi Arabia in order to contain Russia's ambitions, while bin Salman is still avoiding to give him what he wants. In the meantime, the interesting development is that Vladimir Putin and Recep Tayyip Erdogan, leaders of Russia and Turkey, will attend a meeting in Tehran next week to discuss Syria and also bilateral relations. This could be a sign of another coalition in the region, while US is shaping its own bloc against Tehran and Moscow. More interestingly, as discussed in my previous video, the White House reported recently that Iran is going to supply or has already supplied combat drones to Russia to be used in Ukraine. This news though should be viewed with doubts. Yes, signs show that Iran has given Russia some drones, but why the White House reported it right now, amid Biden and Putin's visit to this region? Therefore, with tensions running high in the region, an escalation against Iran at this time can only exacerbate the situation, further widening the rift between Iran and its adversaries in the region. Resorting to military means when there is even the slimmest chance for diplomacy would be a serious blunder and can only plunge the troubled region into further conflict. A military campaign against Iran would have grave implications for all involved. The US shouldn't repeat the past mistake of the invasion of Iraq, which came after requests from some of its Middle Eastern allies. And Iran is certainly so much different from all other military campaigns of US in this region. So an all-out military campaign against Iran isn't the solution, as it is unlikely to dissuade Iran from pursuing its nuclear ambitions, war or no war. The Islamic Republic will likely continue to be a security challenge to the interests of the United States and its regional allies because their ideology is totally in contradiction with the American one. The only way, or at least what I see, is direct talks between Washington and Tehran, and any future talks, however, would require both of them to make concessions to allow for a breakthrough in the interests of the region's people. But they are continuing to repeat past failures and mistakes. Why? I don't have any answer. If you have, don't hesitate to share it with us in the comments. Thanks for watching.